Next question comes from Nicholas, and he asks, what do you do for work or business now?
Seriously, what is it that you do?
Hey guys, it's Nathan here, and welcome back to another video on the channel. Today we are doing something really exciting. It is my 150. It was supposed to originally be my 100 subscriber special, and now we blew past that. So this is the 150 subscriber Q&A. I got awesome questions from a lot of you over on Twitter, and if you're not following me, check me out on Twitter. Check me out. Follow me on Twitter, and yeah. Follow me on Twitter at Nathan Hesselman. Thank you so much to everyone who submitted awesome questions. We got a bunch here, and I'm gonna jump right into them. I'm not great at pronouncing names, so if I get anyone's name wrong, I'm gonna try my best, but I apologize. So let's jump right into the questions here. What do we got first? Had a couple people ask this question, but Alex here is at the top of the list with, I'm curious to hear what made you pick YouTube over starting a written blog. And that's easy, I'm shit at writing. I don't know. I was really interested in making videos. I thought it's more personal. I don't write very well. And yeah, I think video is fun. It's fun to make. It's awkward to talk to a camera, but it's way easier than writing. So that's why I chose YouTube. So that's that. Now I'm leaving. Ruben asked a few questions here. Is it hard for you to live in Germany even though you're from the US? Do you plan to stay in Europe? Are you traveling more? And what is your worst experience living abroad so far? So for those of you that don't know, I am from Seattle, Washington originally, and I'm currently living in Berlin, Germany with my wife. This is where she's from originally. So we're staying in a small, tiny house here actually that we remodeled. It was like an old storage shed, and we remodeled this into our house where we're living right now and where we've been living for the past about 7 months. It's on the property from her parents. So the worst experience of living abroad so far is living super close to my wife's parents. They're always hanging out and checking on us. Yep, that's about the worst part so far. So again, we got two similar questions. Rita and Afan both asked, where would I be going once the borders open back up? And after this pandemic's over, where would I travel to? I'd really like to travel to Rita's Thai restaurant because she has a Thai food restaurant which looks amazing, so I would want to go there and eat some food. Other than that, where would I go? I'd really like to go back to Bali. I've been interested in Bali and checking that out, so hopefully later this year I can take a trip back to Bali. I think it's an amazing country and there's a lot of YouTubers there, so hopefully I could collaborate and meet some other people. That'd be a lot of fun. Julie asks, how do you find such good links for your newsletter? Now that's just baited. If you guys aren't subscribed to my newsletter, check it out down in the comments. I will link it there. A weekly newsletter. Every Monday I'm sending you the good nuggets that I found throughout the week across the internet, and hopefully you'll enjoy it. How much time do you spend putting together your newsletter? What's your process for monitoring resources or subjects that you like? I don't have a process for monitoring resources or subjects that I like. I basically just say, I like that, and find what I think's interesting. So on my newsletter, I read a lot throughout the week. I'm browsing YouTube, watching interesting articles, and reading other people's newsletters. So basically, when I find interesting things that I like or things that make me stop and pause and reflect, I will save them to a file on my computer where I have all these saved links. And then what I do is just go through that file, pick out a handful of cool links and things that I've found interesting and put them into a newsletter. Write it up. It takes maybe an hour or so per newsletter, but I'm pretty slow at typing. Alejandro asks, how many countries have you visited? Well, travel has been a huge part of my life over the last, going on 10 years now. I first left the country when I was 18 years old and took a trip to Italy. And that changed my outlook on the world, and I just knew there was so much more I had to see. So I started traveling, and I've moved and lived in Southeast Asia. I lived in Thailand for about a year, traveled all through Southeast Asia. So every year I try and at least go on a few trips to different countries and travel pretty consistently. So I think I've been to over 30 or 35, 40-ish countries probably now, give or take. Cams has a great question. He says, I want to hear about the course you mention in your affiliate link in your videos. So the course that's linked down below is by far my favorite online course I've ever taken. That's the only reason it's linked down below. There's a whole bunch of courses out there that I've taken that just aren't worth the money. And this one is one that I can truly say changed my life. So it's the course from Charisma University, the guys who run a YouTube channel called Charisma on Command. I'm sure lots of you are familiar with it. They're a huge channel with like close to 4.5 million or 5 million subs now. It's just insane. But the guys who put it together are absolutely awesome guys, and they put huge quality into their work on teaching people how to be more comfortable and confident speakers and more charismatic in general for work life, professional life, and in your personal life. Personal development has been a passion of mine for years and years. So when I found their channel, found their stuff, it really resonated with me. I wanted to be a better speaker. I wanted to be able to just turn it on and be more outgoing and like when I needed it. And their course is a 30-day step-by-step breakdown of every day, has an action guide of where you're practicing these skills and can really turn it around to be a better communicator and more fun. All right, next up we have Sanji, and Sanji asks, what would be an exciting business to try and start in 2021? An exciting business? I don't know, whatever you think is exciting. I'd say whatever you're into, but what would I think would be exciting? Probably penguin dog sled races. That'd be probably top of my list. Pickle throwing contests. I think competitive badminton is really up and coming. Yeah, I don't really know what business would be great to start in 2021, but I think the key to making a business actually succeed in something that you will stick to is it's got to be something you like. So whatever you're interested in, there's a way to monetize that. That's what I believe. If you can find a passion and just stick with it, there's other people out there that are willing to buy that. So find something that you like. All right, next question. Karen asks, why do you have such great posture? Oh, I better sit up and have better posture for that then. She says, why do you have such great posture? Are you a Marine? I guess the honest answer is if I told you that, I'd have to kill you. Thank you for that. I don't think I have that great a posture, but I really appreciate that. And there's a funny story behind that. I injured my neck probably 2 years ago now or something like that. I pinched a nerve in my neck through martial arts and doing some jujitsu, and after that, I started having to do neck exercises. So I do like daily neck and posture exercises to try to help alleviate the pain from that. And it's improved quite a bit. And I guess the side effect of that is I try to have good posture, because bad posture can lead to back problems and neck problems. And once you have those, it's absolutely terrible. So if you are out there and you don't have any neck or back problems, just make sure you're doing posture exercises and having good ones, because if it starts to go bad, it's the worst. David asks, what's your perspective on how to do comedic timing well? Or more broadly, what's your perspective on how to be funny? Well, the most important thing about doing comedic timing well is... That's a great question. Not something I know a lot about, but I have taken some improv comedy classes, which are like just so much fun and a great way to meet people and be out there and be silly and get comfortable being weird. So I think improv comedy probably at the top of my list for if you're looking to work on comedic timing and how to be more engaging or fun and just open your mind and get used to being silly. The second, I think, is self-amusement. You know what I mean. Self-amusement is the only way I think it's worth being funny, is trying to do things that make yourself laugh, because there's a lot of different ways to be funny. You have like sarcasm and being like the kind of mean, cutting jokes, and I actually used to do that a lot more, and it just makes people not like you. It can be funny, like Tony Stark on Iron Man can come off kind of snarky and the whole audience laughs and we love it, but we love it because we're watching it on TV. If you were actually in the room and friends with him, it just would make you feel bad or make someone else feel bad. So I think like what I've really been trying to switch is just working on things that make me laugh, that are being silly and more relaxed, and being the type of person that I want to be. I think that makes people want to be around you, and One of my favorite things about my wife is she laughs really easily. So if you can laugh easily, it just makes people want to be around you more. And it makes me feel a lot funnier because she laughs easy. Adian asks, who are your top 3 favorite YouTubers? Ooh, this is a tough question. My top 3, there's so many great YouTubers out there. Absolutely just incredible, the amount of creators and awesome content that's out there right now. But my top 3 that I probably watch most right now, Charlie and Ben from Charisma on Command, great content, and I really like their stuff. And their podcast, the Charlie and Ben Show, is absolutely amazing. It's by far my favorite podcast right now. Next, I'd say Peter McKinnon. Peter McKinnon changed a lot for me. He made me want to make film. I learned so much from watching his stuff, and kind of made me believe I could get in front of a camera and try this out. So Peter McKinnon stuff, absolutely amazing. And then the final would be Daniel Nardinsky, I believe it's pronounced. Daniel Nardinsky, which is a super random one. I started learning chess this year and I'm really enjoying playing chess. And so I've been watching a lot of chess YouTubers and how the pieces move. And so yeah, chess, been super fun learning chess, and Daniel has some great breakdowns of how a grandmaster thinks in chess. So I've learned a lot from him. Nacho and SimStatic both ask similar questions of what would be the biggest piece of advice you would give to your younger teenage self. I would say if life gives you lemonade, then make sure you make lemons and life will be all like, what? If I could give a piece of advice to my younger self, it would definitely be to follow my dreams sooner. I came from a very conservative family. I grew up being a people pleaser and wanting attention, which is why I'm now on YouTube. And I just, for the longest time, was trying to make everyone happy but myself. And if I could go back in time, I would say, don't worry about what other people think. The key to success is to find what makes you proud and work on the internal self-esteem. And by doing things like being honest, working hard, following your own dreams, you'll surround yourself with the type of people that you're actually meant to be with and that will appreciate you for you. And for a lot of years, I was just lost, trying to please everyone else. And it looked like I had the perfect life and everything together. I had my house and cars and a girlfriend and everything looked great. And I was just miserable because I was trying to please everyone else. Just be yourself. Go out there. Stop trying to please everyone, make everyone happy, because you just can't do that. You'll just be so far ahead. I waited to start a YouTube channel for years and years and years. 8 years ago, I wanted to start a YouTube channel, and here I am at the end of 2020 making my first YouTube channels, and it's a blast. I'm meeting so many cool people, and I'm absolutely loving it, and I wish I would have done it sooner. So just follow your dreams, and don't care what anyone else thinks. So I think that's most of the questions from you guys. If I didn't get to your question, I will be doing another one of these when I hit 500 subs. Hopefully that'll be really soon. I just want to thank everyone who's subscribed. If you're new here, thank you so much. This has been an amazing journey over the last few weeks. I've got to know just a whole bunch of you guys, your comments, chatting with you, done a few Zoom calls. So if you want to connect, hit me up on Twitter. Let's talk, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Click here to subscribe and click here to check out my next video. Bye.